Hello, hello. We continue developing proficiency with multiplying decimals, and we are on the final page of this unit. We're on page 48. So I want to spend a little bit more time learning to estimate. Look at this, number 12. Step 1, estimate. Number 13, step 1, estimate. And number 14, just multiply. So let's practice estimation. Again, estimating, we've done it with so many different operations during the course of 4th grade and 5th grade. Step 1, we just want to round both factors, and in multiplying, we just bump them up or maybe round them a little bit down. So very round numbers, meaning they should end on 0. So 27.8 is about 0. I love that. And 0.43, I would say, we can round it to 0.4, or we can even round it something nicer to 0.5, like a half, right? So 30 times 0.4, well, 30 times 4 is 120, right? 30 times 4 is 120, but we do have this one extra decimal place. Not extra, it was always there. So your answer should be around 12. My friends, take a look. We can do stacked multiplication. Remember from the previous lesson, how do we multiply decimals by decimals? Step 1, stack them up and multiply by ignoring decimal places, as if you're multiplying 278 times 43 just to get the correct digits. And the digits are 11954. Step 2, let's add up the decimal places. We have one decimal place in the first factor. We have two decimal places in the second factor, and therefore the final answer will have 1, 2, 3 decimal places. The correct answer to this problem is 11.954 thousandths, which is, notice how close it is to our original estimate of 12. Right? So estimation is a very powerful technique. With decimal multiplication, sometimes you can make mistakes in decimal places. Do quick and dirty multiplication, mental math, just to assess if your answer is reasonable. Did you get 12 or you got 120 or maybe 1200? Okay, in this case, you should get 12. Let's move down and practice more multiplication in number 14. So we have a lot, and again, I'm only going to do the right box. I'm only going to do B, D, F, H, J, L, and N. Okay, so equal. Let's practice. 34.12 times 1.3, step 1. Oh, I'm going to do a lot of writing. 34.12 times 1.3. Ouch, that's a lot of multiplication. Let me do one. Just let me do it. First, multiply the ones. So we do have 2 times 3 is 6, 1 times 3 is 3, 4 times 3 is 12, 3 times 3 is 9, and one more. Okay, fantastic. We multiplied by 0.3. Now let's multiply by one whole. So we, of course, leave this space, and we have 2, 1, 4, and 3. And now these two partial products, we need to add them up. We have 6, and we have 5, we have 3, we have 4, and we have 4. Now, the most important part, based on today's lesson, we have two decimal places in one factor, 2dp for decimal places, and one decimal place in the second factor. Therefore, your final product has to have 1, 2, 3 decimal places. And the answer is 44.356 thousandths. Next problem. We have 72 times 0.16. Let's try to use this space. 72 times 0.16. Step 1, ignore the decimal places. 6 times 2 is 12. 7 times 6, 42, 43, 432. And now we're going to multiply the ones, or 1/10, I should say. But remember, at first we're ignoring this decimal place. So it's going to be 2 and 7. And now let's add up the partial products. 2, 5, and 11. Now let's add up the decimal places properly. We have 0 decimal places in the top factor. We have 2 decimal places in the second factor, and therefore total of 2 decimal places. We will have 11.52 hundredths, and so on. Now 0.42 times 65. Let's solve a few more examples. Again, ignore the decimal place as if you're multiplying 42 times 65. So 2 times 5 is 10. This is 21. 6 times 2 is 12. And 25. Let's add up the partial products. 0, 3, 7, and 2. We got our digits correct. Wonderful. Now let's place 2 decimal places in the final product. And the final answer is 27.3, but we don't have to write the last zero, so we can just say 27.3, and so on. My friends, I'll let you finish the rest of the examples. Again, the algorithm, let's just solve one more. Let's just solve the last one. N seems to be quite hairy. We have so many digits to multiply, so let's do that. Let's find the space. 7.192 times 89. Whoa, so much multiplication. Let's do this. 2 times 9 is 18. We write down 1, carry over 1 more. We write down 8. 9 times 9 is 81. We have 2, and we carry over 8. And 9 plus 8 is 17. And we remember 1. 7 times 9 is 72. So we have 73. Now, let's multiply times 8. Just going to pick up a different color, knowing that we're multiplying times 8. 8 tenths. 8 times 2 is 16. Remember 1. 8 times 9 is 72, 73. 8 plus 7, 15. 7 times 8, 56. 57. Now, whoa, let's add up these partial products. We have 8, 8, 10, 8 and 1 more, 9, 14, and 6. Ooh. Maybe I messed it up a little bit. It's okay. So mistakes are perfectly normal when you're doing live multiplication of 4 digits by 2 digits. Notice we have 2 decimal places in one factor and of course 0 decimal places in another factor. So we're going to have, 3 decimal places, right? All right. 3 decimal places. And the final answer for number n is 649.088. I hope you're getting a hang of it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until the next time.